Welcome to Southeast Asia, a land where life sings in every breeze, where history echoes from ancient temples, and nature stretches wide in 1,000 vivid colors. Southeast Asia is a geographic region in the southeastern corner of Asia, made up of 11 vibrant countries, each carrying its own unique identity of culture, language, cuisine, and landscape. Here, you'll find towering volcanoes and tranquil beaches, deep jungles and bustling cities, sacred rituals and street food you'll never forget. It's a place where the ancient and the modern walk side by side, creating a rhythm that's both exciting and deeply reflective. So take a deep breath, slow down, open your heart, because the journey ahead is not just a path through places, but a journey through culture, emotion, and timeless beauty. Welcome to Southeast Asia. The adventure begins now. Ha Long Bay, a living legend of Vietnam. Rising from the emerald waters of the Gulf of Tonkin, it feels like a dream shaped by time and myth. Over 1,600 limestone islands emerge from the sea like ancient sentinels, carved by nature and cloaked in green. Some cradle hidden lagoons, others guard echoing caves where time itself seems to speak. No wonder it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a symbol of Vietnam's untouched, awe-inspiring beauty. Legend tells of dragons descending from the sky, spitting jewels to form this maze of stone and sea, protecting the land below. And when you glide silently between cliffs in the early morning mist, everything feels suspended, and somehow, the legend no longer feels like a story. At dawn, the bay is wrapped in soft fog. The water turns to glass, reflecting every peak and ripple. As the sun rises, light spills across the stone, turning it to gold, while fishermen cast their nets and paddles cut gently through the silence. But Ha Long Bay is more than something to see. It's something to feel. The sense of stillness, of wonder, of being part of something far greater than yourself. Here, nature doesn't just surround you, it embraces you. And in that glowing, weightless moment, you're no longer a visitor, you become part of the legend. Hidden deep in the heart of central Vietnam, Phong Nha, Prabang is not just a destination. It's a journey into the planet's ancient soul. This national park is home to some of the largest and oldest cave systems on Earth, carved by water over millions of years. Here, stone becomes architecture. Caves stretch endlessly, some silent and still, others echoing with underground rivers. And at its heart lies Sun Dung Cave, the biggest in the world, so vast it contains its own jungle and clouds. Walking inside feels like stepping into another planet, where time moves slower and light feels sacred. Above ground, towering limestone peaks cut through the jungle, and quiet villages sit peacefully by the river. Life here follows nature's rhythm, slow, steady, unshaken. Phong Nha isn't loud. It doesn't try to impress. It simply is ancient, patient, and powerful in its stillness. And as you leave its depths, You realize you haven't just explored a cave, you've touched the bones of the earth. Off the southern coast of Vietnam, beyond the reach of city noise and endless schedules, lies Phu Quoc, a tropical sanctuary where the pace of life softens and your spirit begins to breathe again. This island doesn't demand your attention. It gently invites you to let go. Framed by more than 150 kilometers of coastline, Phu Quoc offers a symphony of sea and sand. Saw Beach is pure serenity, white powdery sand, gentle turquoise tides, palm trees swaying like they've known peace forever. Long Beach, to the west, stretches endlessly toward the horizon. It's where sunsets feel eternal, a sky ablaze with orange, gold, and violet, mirrored perfectly in the calm waters below. But to understand Phu Quoc, you must go beyond its shores. Wander inland, and a different world awaits. The air cools. The canopy thickens. Phu Quoc National Park holds ancient trees, hidden waterfalls, and wildlife that moves without hurry. The forest hums with life, not loudly but steadily, and invites you to listen. Not just to it, but to yourself. In small villages across the island, time passes slowly. Families tend to pepper farms passed down for generations. Fish sauce barrels age patiently in the sun. Local markets hum with colors, spices, and warmth. The people here don't rush. They greet you with a smile, offer you a taste, and share stories not to impress, but to connect. Phu Quoc is also a place of subtle luxury, not in grandeur, but in feeling. A simple seafood dinner by the waves. A motorbike ride beneath sun-dappled trees. A quiet morning with a book and the sound of the sea as your only companion. And then comes the light. Few places understand light like Phu Quoc. The island is bathed in golden dawns, glows in rose-colored dusk, and falls asleep under a canopy of stars so clear you feel you could reach out and touch them. This island is not an escape. It's a return. A return to slowness, to presence, to simplicity. To beauty not in things, but in moments. Phu Quoc doesn't try to change you. It simply shows you what was always there. A version of life that's quieter, deeper, and infinitely more human. In central Vietnam lies Da Nang, a city that doesn't shout to be noticed, but once you arrive, it stays with you. It's where the ocean and mountains meet, where tradition lives next door to innovation, and where every moment feels in balance. Wake early, and you'll find my Key Beach bathed in golden light. The tide whispers in soft rhythm. Locals stretch, jog, and greet the day. The sea feels endless here, a wide, open invitation to breathe. Not far away, the marble mountains rise like ancient guardians, each named for an element: metal, wood, water, fire, earth. Hidden within them are caves and pagodas that echo with incense, stillness, and stories centuries old. But it's when you reach Bana Hills that Da Nang reveals a touch of the surreal. The Golden Bridge, held high by stone hands, curves gently over cloud-covered peaks. It feels suspended between worlds, part architecture, part myth. The city center pulses with energy, street vendors calling, motorbikes weaving, neon reflections on the Han River. And each weekend night, the Dragon Bridge breathes fire into the sky, a symbol of Da Nang's strength and spirit. But when you need stillness, Sun Tra Peninsula is waiting. Jungle paths wind through ancient trees. Red-shanked duck monkeys leap above, and far below, the sea glimmers quietly. The Lady Buddha, tall and serene, watches over the coast with timeless grace. Da Nang is not just a stop between destinations. It's a place where opposites come together, the sacred and the everyday, the mountains and the sea, silence and celebration. It doesn't rush you. It welcomes you. And if you let it, Da Nang will show you that balance isn't something you chase. Nestled along Vietnam's central coast, Hoi An is a town where time seems to slow, and every corner glows with quiet beauty. Once a bustling port that welcomed traders from Japan, China, and Europe, its streets now hum with echoes of the past. Wooden houses, ancient temples, yellow walls sun-kissed with age. As the sun sets, lanterns begin to glow, casting warm reflections along the Thursday Bon River. The town transforms. Shops spill soft light onto cobbled streets. Boats drift gently on the water. The air is calm, the pace unhurried. In the evening, locals and visitors alike gather to release paper lanterns into the river, each carrying a wish, a memory, a moment. It's a quiet ritual, simple yet unforgettable. Hoi An doesn't overwhelm. It invites. It reminds you that beauty can live in stillness. And when you leave, you carry with you not just photos, but the feeling of peace that lingers. And finally, we rise to Sapa. Sapa, where the clouds touch the earth. As our journey through Vietnam draws to a close, we head north, higher, quieter, and we arrive in Sapa, where mountains breathe and clouds walk gently across the rice terraces. Nestled in the Hong Lin Sun Range, Sapa is more than a town. It's a feeling of cool air, soft mist, and ancient rhythms still echoing in the hills. It's where the land is carved into sweeping steps of green and gold, and time seems to flow as slowly as the morning fog. The rice terraces of Sapa are masterpieces sculpted by hand, season after season, generation after generation. From above, they form living patterns that shift with the sun. From below, they surround you, calm, endless, grounding. Beyond the landscape lies a deeper soul. Sapa is home to diverse ethnic communities, Hmong, Dao, Tay, each with unique traditions, clothing, and language. In markets, you'll hear many tongues. In villages, you'll see daily life lived with grace and patience. There is a quiet pride here, in the weaving of a cloth, in the tending of buffalo, in the passing of knowledge through gesture and gaze. The town itself is charming. Fog-covered rooftops, warm meals by the fire, cafes perched over valleys below. And when the clouds part, you might catch a glimpse of Fansipan, the roof of Indochina, rising in silence above it all. Sapa doesn't dazzle. It grounds you. It reminds you that there is strength in stillness. That beauty isn't always loud. Sometimes, it's whispered through mountain winds and shared through a simple bowl of rice. As the mist wraps around your shoulders and the world falls quiet, you realize this isn't just the final stop in Vietnam. It's a place your spirit will come back to long after your body has moved on. Bangkok, the city of layers. At first glance, Bangkok is a blur of movement, color, sound. Tuk-tuks weaving through traffic. Street vendors stirring flaming woks. Temples glowing gold beneath towering skylines. The city hums, day and night, with a rhythm all its own. But pause for a moment, and you'll start to see the layers. There's the Bangkok of grand temples, like Wat Phra Kaew, shimmering beside the royal palace, where every tile tells a story of devotion. Or Wat Arun, standing tall over the Chao Phraya River, catching light like a jewel at sunrise. Monks walk barefoot in the early hours, orange robes flickering against quiet streets. Then there's the Bangkok of the streets, alive, pulsing, and delicious. From smoky satay skewers to mango sticky rice, the food here isn't just fuel, it's soul. At the floating markets, boats brim with fruits and spices. At night markets, neon signs flicker above tables lined with laughter and spice. Yet just a boat ride away, peace returns. Along the canals, wooden homes lean gently over water, flowers trailing from balconies. Time slows. People smile. Bangkok breathes. This is a city of contrasts, not chaos, but coexistence. Here, sacred shrines stand beside skyscrapers. Centuries-old rituals happen behind shopping malls. And somehow, it all fits, noisy and still, ancient and new. Bangkok doesn't ask you to understand it all. It simply asks you to feel it. And once you do, you'll see, this isn't just a city you visit. It's a city you experience, one heartbeat at a time. Just an hour north of Bangkok, time begins to bend. Modern highways fade behind you, and soon, you step into a realm where kingdoms rose, empires burned, and silence now tells the story. This is Ayutthaya, once the capital of Siam, once one of the wealthiest cities in the world. In the 14th to 18th centuries, it was a global hub of trade, diplomacy, and culture. Today, what remains is not ruin, but reverence. Temples stand half-broken, yet full of grace. Towering prangs rise from tangled roots. The head of a stone Buddha rests quietly in the embrace of a fig tree, no longer feared, but deeply respected. Walk among these ancient walls, and the noise of the present fades. You hear wind through broken archways, birds circling pagodas, footsteps echoing over old bricks. Ayutthaya is not loud. It whispers of past glories, of flame and fall, of endurance. There's beauty in what remains, not just in the architecture, but in the space between things. The calm between temple bells, the light that falls on worn stone, the way time seems to pause for you. Take a slow boat along the rivers that once protected this city. Glide past island temples, orange-robed monks, and golden spires reaching for the sky. Here, the past isn't gone. It's simply waiting, patient and proud, for you to listen. Ayutthaya may no longer rule, but it still reigns in silence. Tucked between forested hills and wrapped in morning mist, Chiang Mai feels like a quiet breath in the middle of a world that often moves too fast. Once the capital of the ancient Lanna Kingdom, this northern city holds centuries of heritage, not behind glass, but in daily life. Golden stupas rise beside quiet neighborhoods. Monks walk barefoot through the streets at dawn. And around every corner, incense lingers, bells ring, and smiles are given without expectation. But Chiang Mai is not frozen in time. There are night markets lit by lanterns, art cafes tucked in leafy courtyards, and temples painted with stories older than memory. Wander through Wat Phra Singh or climb to Wat Doi Suthep, perched above the city like a watchful guardian. From there, you'll see roofs below and mountains beyond, and maybe feel a stillness you didn't know you needed. Chiang Mai also pulses with creativity. Local artisans weave, carve, cook, and paint. Here, beauty is handmade. Nothing is rushed. Everything has care. Step beyond the city walls, and nature opens wide. Elephant sanctuaries, bamboo forests, waterfalls hidden in green silence. Villages tucked into the hills where time moves with the wind. Chiang Mai doesn't try to impress. It simply offers space to reflect, to wander, to reconnect. And in that quiet space, you may realize you're not just visiting a city. You're remembering how it feels to belong somewhere softly. Tucked away in the Gulf of Thailand, far from crowds and city lights, lies Kottowo, a small island with a quiet soul and a deep blue heart. Its name means Turtle Island, not just for the sea turtles that visit its shores, but for the pace of life it offers, slow, steady, grounding. Here, the sea is not just scenery, it's a way of being. Crystal clear waters wrap around the island in endless shades of blue. Coral reefs bloom just beneath the surface. And whether you're floating in silence, diving deep into the reef, or simply watching waves roll over sunlit rocks, the ocean here speaks in a language beyond words. Kottowo is a place of transformation. For many, it's where they take their first breath underwater. Diving schools line the shore, each one offering not just certification, but a doorway into an entirely different world. Below the surface, schools of fish shimmer, sea fans sway, and for a moment, time disappears. But beauty isn't just under the water. On land, palm trees rustle in gentle wind. Hills rise softly behind crescent beaches. And each sunset paints the sky in pinks, oranges, and silvers, the kind of colors you don't photograph, you feel. Nights here are simple. A beachside meal, a hammock, a sky full of stars. No rush, no noise, no need to be anywhere else. Kottowo doesn't try to impress. It just invites you to let go, to move slower, to breathe deeper, to live lighter. And when you leave, you take something with you. Not just a memory, but the quiet rhythm of a life lived closer to the sea. Some places look too beautiful to be real. Koh FiFi is one of them. Rising from the Andaman Sea, the FiFi Islands are a collection of limestone cliffs, turquoise coves, and beaches so perfect they feel imagined. It's a place where nature didn't hold back, where every corner is dramatic, every color more vivid than memory. Approaching by boat, you're greeted by towering cliffs wrapped in green. Water so clear you can see the shadows of fish dancing below. And as you pull into the bay, the world suddenly feels quieter, as if even the sea is holding its breath. Maya Bay, made famous by film, is here, but in person it's softer, more sacred. Surrounded by cliffs, the beach curves like a crescent moon, untouched and glowing in the morning light. But FiFi isn't only for pictures. It's for moments. Snorkeling with reef fish, kayaking into sea caves, or simply sitting still, feet in warm sand, as the sun begins to dip behind stone silhouettes. At night, the island changes pace. Beach fires flicker. Music drifts over water. And under the stars, FiFi becomes a memory in motion. Light, sound, feeling. This is a place of contrasts, of wild cliffs and gentle tides, of vibrant life and quiet wonder. Koh FiFi doesn't just impress your eyes. It awakens something, the part of you that still believes in beauty without reason and magic without noise. And when you leave, you'll close your eyes and wonder, did I dream that place, or did it dream me? Bali, where earth and spirit dance together. Some places are not meant to be rushed. Bali is one of them. Set between jungle valleys and rolling waves, Bali is not just an island. It's a living, breathing ritual. Every morning, offerings of flowers and incense are placed at doorsteps. Every evening, prayers echo through temples carved into stone. Here, the sacred blends with the ordinary, seamlessly, silently, beautifully. In Ubud, the island's cultural heart, the air smells of rain and rice. Artists carve wood, weave threads, paint stories passed down through generations. Step into the green world of Tagalong's rice terraces and time softens. The hills ripple in shades of emerald and water flows like music through the land. But Bali isn't still. Waves crash along cliffs at Uluwatu, where a temple watches the sea like a guardian of time. Surfers glide across glassy waters in Cebu, while volcanoes in the north sleep beneath drifting clouds. In Tanah Lot, a temple sits atop a rock in the ocean, touched by tides, kissed by sunsets. It's more than a view. It's a moment, one where you feel small and infinite all at once. At night, lanterns glow. Gamelan music hums. And the scent of frangipani follows you through quiet paths. Bali doesn't rush to show itself. It waits, patiently, until your heart is quiet enough to listen. Because Bali isn't a destination. It's a way of returning to beauty, to spirit, to balance. At first, Jakarta can feel overwhelming. Skyscrapers rise like silver towers. Traffic weaves in every direction. And the city hums, fast, loud, unapologetically alive. But pause. Look again. And you'll find something deeper. Jakarta is more than Indonesia's capital. It's a mirror of the country itself. A place where ancient cultures and global modernity collide, dance, and coexist. Where mosques echo alongside high-rise malls, and street vendors cook beside glass buildings. In Kottowo, the city's old town, Dutch colonial buildings stand like memories, weathered but proud. Cyclists in bright uniforms roll past faded facades. In cafes, the scent of coffee mingles with stories from generations past. Visit Istiqlal Mosque, Southeast Asia's largest. Its vast halls built to embrace all. Across the street stands the Jakarta Cathedral, soaring Gothic spires just a breath away. Side by side, they don't compete. They reflect a quiet truth. Diversity here isn't theory, it's lived daily. But Jakarta is also young. In Menteng or Kemang, artists paint walls, chefs invent new fusions, musicians gather under fairy lights. The city moves and reinvents constantly. And yet, in a quiet warung by a side street, you'll still find the heart of Jakarta. A plate of nasi goreng, a smile, a conversation unhurried. Jakarta won't slow down for you. But if you let go of control, you'll find rhythm in the noise, meaning in the motion. Because this isn't a city designed to impress. It's a city that dares you to feel it exactly as it is. Far from noise, far from time, lies Raja Ampat, a world barely touched by the modern world. Set in the remote reaches of eastern Indonesia, this archipelago isn't just a place. It's a sanctuary of life, of color, of silence that breathes. The name means four kings. But beneath the surface, there are thousands of kingdoms. Coral reefs sprawl like underwater gardens. Over 1,500 species of fish dart through forests of soft corals. Manta rays glide in the blue like silent shadows. And every dive, every swim, feels like entering a secret written in color and light. Above the sea, the magic continues. Limestone islets rise like emerald daggers from turquoise water. At Pianemo, climb the wooden stairs, and the view will take your breath. Dozens of lush islands form a pattern so perfect, so surreal, it feels like the ocean itself is dreaming. But this isn't a place to check off a list. Raja Ampat asks something more. That you slow down. That you watch the sunset ripple across the bay. That you hear the wings of hornbills overhead. That you remember how quiet the world can be, and how loud wonder feels in your chest. Locals live with the sea, not beside it. Children paddle canoes as if born with oars in hand. Fishermen move with the tides. And every smile carries the calm of generations who've known the rhythm of these waters. There's no rush here. No hurry to do, only a call to be. In Raja Ampat, you don't conquer the sea. You surrender to it, and in doing so, you discover something rare. Yourself without noise. There are places that feel ancient, where the wind speaks in forgotten tongues, and the land remembers a world before time. Komodo National Park is one of those rare places. Stretching across a chain of rugged islands in eastern Indonesia, this park is home to something almost mythical. The Komodo dragon, the largest lizard on Earth. More than 3 meters long, these creatures walk with the weight of history. Their forked tongues flick the air. Their eyes hold stillness. Seeing one in the wild feels like stepping into a legend carved in stone. But Komodo is not just about dragons. The islands themselves are wild poetry. Rolling savannas, rocky hills, and silent beaches where time drips slowly. Climb to the top of Padar Island, and the world unfolds. 3 crescent bays, each a different color, black, white, and pink. It's a view so surreal, it silences thought. Beneath the waves, another world breathes. Coral gardens stretch beneath crystal waters. Turtles glide past sea fans, and manta rays sweep silently through blue cathedrals of light. Here, the wild is not tamed, it is respected. Locals guide with reverence. Visitors whisper, not shout. Komodo is a reminder that wonder still exists, that Earth still has corners where magic lives. Not in fantasy, but in reality that feels too incredible to explain. This isn't a park you walk through. It's a world you surrender to. And when you leave, something ancient stays with you. High in the mountains of Flores, hidden within the folds of Emerald Hills, lies a village that seems to float on mist. Wayrebo. Getting here isn't easy. A trek through forest, fog, and silence. But with every step, the world you know fades, and something older begins to whisper. Wayrebo is home to the Manggarai people, who have lived here for generations. Surrounded by clouds, wrapped in quiet. Only 7 barnyang, traditional cone-shaped houses, stand in a circle. Thatched roofs rising like pointed hats against the sky. Each house shelters multiple families, sharing not just space, but story, rhythm, and soul. There's no internet here, no cars, just roosters crowing at dawn, the rustle of firewood, and the sound of children laughing in the fog. Life in Wayrebo follows the sky. When clouds roll in, time slows. When the sun breaks through, the village glows. But what makes this place sacred isn't just its beauty. It's the way it welcomes with stillness. Visitors are received with a ritual, a symbolic entry not into a destination, but into a way of being. And in that stillness, something happens. You begin to listen, not with your ears, but with your presence. Wayrebo doesn't try to impress. It invites you to remember. That simplicity can be profound. That silence can be full. And that somewhere above the clouds, life can still be uncomplicated, gentle, and real. After immersing ourselves in the serene and sacred beauty of Indonesia, we now move on to the Philippines. Bohol, the island of gentle wonders. In the heart of the Philippines, surrounded by turquoise seas and sleepy shores, lies an island where nature doesn't shout. It whispers. This is Bohol, a place where wonders come in soft shapes, warm colors, and quiet rhythms, where the land curves gently and time seems to move slower. Here, the most famous sight isn't towering cliffs or blazing volcanoes. It's the Chocolate Hills, over 1,200 dome-shaped mounds, rolling across the land like scoops of cocoa-colored earth. In dry season, they turn brown. In wet season, green. Either way, they look like they've been sculpted by a playful god, or dreamed into being by a child. And then, the smallest primate on Earth. Meet the tarsier. Big eyes, tiny hands, a creature so delicate, it seems made of wonder itself. Spotting one in the forest feels like discovering a fairy hiding in the trees. But Bohol doesn't stop there. Hop on a boat and float down the Lobak River. Lush trees bowing overhead. Water so still it reflects your breath. On its banks, children wave, musicians play, and life hums in harmony with the current. And if you crave salt and sand, the island offers that too. Panglau's beaches shimmer in soft white, kissed by clear blue. The sea here invites not just swimming, but staying, breathing, listening. Bohol is not for rushing. It's for feeling, for letting the gentle reveal the magical, and for remembering that some of the world's most beautiful stories are told in a whisper, not a roar. In the province of Albay, rising with quiet grace above rice fields and sleepy towns, stands a mountain so symmetrical, so serene. It almost seems too perfect to be real. This is Mount Mayang, called the perfect cone. Its slopes fall in flawless lines, a natural geometry drawn with divine precision. But beneath its elegant beauty lies something ancient, something alive. Mayon is an active volcano, gentle one moment, roaring the next. A reminder that beauty, at its core, can carry both creation and destruction. Legend speaks of Daragang Magayan, A maiden so lovely, she broke hearts and shaped landscapes. When she died, grief shaped the earth, and Mayon rose from her story. A mountain born of love, sorrow, and eternal longing. Today, Mayon watches over the land. In the early morning, its peak pierces through soft clouds. By sunset, it turns gold, like a torch lighting the sky. At its feet lie Kagsua ruins, a crumbling church tower, all that remains of a village buried by lava long ago. And yet, from that loss, life returned. Green fields stretch wide. Children laugh. Nature continues quietly, reverently. To stand before Mayon is to feel humility. It teaches us that perfection isn't just in form, but in the balance between stillness and fire, between silence and thunder. And as you gaze at that flawless silhouette, you realize, in the heart of the Philippines lies a place where past and present move in rhythm, a place where stone churches whisper of centuries past, and turquoise waters promise stories still unfolding. This is Cebu. It begins with the city, a mix of Spanish facades and neon signs, where jeepneys hum through streets lined with centuries-old cathedrals. Here, history is not just remembered, it lives. From Magellan's Cross to Fort San Pedro, Cebu cradles the first echoes of Christianity in the Philippines. A beginning marked in stone and faith. But the soul of Cebu stretches beyond its streets. Head south, and you'll find a different rhythm, a gentler pulse, shaped by waterfalls and salt air. At Koh San Falls, water tumbles in perfect tiers, a turquoise dream framed by jungle green. Swim beneath its cool curtain, or let the sound of falling water quiet your mind. Near Aslab, the ocean holds its own secret. Whale sharks, gentle giants gliding through deep blue. Swimming beside them feels like entering another realm, a slow, graceful ballet between awe and humility. Then there's Mobile, where coral gardens bloom beneath the waves, and millions of sardines dance in unison, a silver storm in the sea. Above, palm trees lean into the breeze. Time slows, worries dissolve. In Cebu, it's not about choosing between culture and nature. In one place, in one breath, in one unforgettable memory. Because Cebu doesn't ask you to rush. It invites you to feel every echo of the past, every ripple of the sea, every heartbeat of this island that quietly changes you. Exploring the stunning beauty of the Philippines, with its pristine beaches and turquoise seas, we now move on to Malaysia, a place where vibrant modernity meets magnificent natural beauty, promising unforgettable experiences. Langkawi, where legends sleep beneath the sea. Off Malaysia's northwest coast lies an island where myths drift with the tides, and the sea sings stories older than time. Langkawi, an archipelago of 99 islands, wrapped in emerald waters and golden light. Start at Pantai Tsanong, where palm trees sway over soft white sand, and the horizon melts into shades of blue. But Langkawi is more than beaches. Take the Skycab, a cable car that climbs over rainforest canopies, lifting you to the top of Mount Machincheng. There, the Sky Bridge awaits, a graceful curve suspended high in the clouds. Step onto it, and feel the world fall silent beneath your feet. In the jungle below, Waterfalls hide behind bamboo and fig trees. Talataju, the Seven Wells, flows down smooth granite, said to be home to mountain spirits. It's not hard to believe when mist dances over the pools and birdsong echoes like whispers from another realm. Langkawi isn't just beautiful, it's mysterious. Local legends speak of Masuri, a woman wrongfully accused of betrayal. Her final curse is said to have haunted the island for 7 generations. And yet, what remains is peace, tranquility, a sense that the island forgives and gently invites. As the sun dips low, Langkawi glows gold. Boats drift home. The jungle exhales. And the sea holds its secrets close until morning. In the heart of Kuala Lumpur, 2 towers rise like silver spears piercing the sky. This is the Petronas Twin Towers, once the tallest buildings in the world, and still the tallest twin towers on Earth. Their design reflects Malaysia's Islamic roots, while their height symbolizes ambition reaching for the stars. By day, they gleam with power. By night, they glow with elegance. Standing beneath them, you don't just see steel and glass. You feel a country's spirit lifted skyward. In the dry heart of Myanmar, thousands of ancient temples rise from the dust. Bagan feels like a dream carved in brick and gold, where time lingers and silence speaks. At sunrise, hot air balloons float above endless spires. Below, temples stretch to the horizon, glowing in soft amber light. Wandering here, you don't just see history, you feel it. Each step is a journey through centuries of devotion, art, and sacred air. Bagan isn't just a place. It's a stillness, a story etched in stone. In the fading light of day, a golden spire rises above Yangon, glowing like a flame in still air. This is Schwedigan Pagoda, Myanmar's most sacred site. Clad in gold leaf and crowned with diamonds, the stupa shimmers with reverence. Monks chant softly. Candles flicker. Every step on its marble terrace feels like a prayer. More than a monument, Schwedigan is a heartbeat, a quiet pulse of faith that lights up the night. We conclude this journey with 2 beautiful destinations, Kampuchea, Timor-Leste, and Brunei, where each country offers unique cultures, nature, and history, making our exploration even more enriching and captivating. In the misty jungles of Cambodia, where roots cling to stone and time sleeps under moss, one temple rises like a memory carved in sunlight. Angkor Wat, the world's largest religious monument, stands not only as a symbol of Khmer greatness, but as a bridge between heaven and earth. Built in the 12th century by King Suryavarman II, this vast temple complex was designed to mirror the cosmos. Its 5 lotus-shaped towers represent Mount Meru, the center of the universe in Hindu mythology. Every corridor, every bas-relief, every detail was sculpted with cosmic harmony in mind. At dawn, when the sky begins to glow, Angkor Wat becomes a silhouette of perfection. The reflection in the lotus pond shimmers gently, and the world holds its breath. Birds stir in the trees. Monks in saffron robes pass silently through stone archways. In that quiet moment, the ancient whispers come alive. Wander its endless galleries and you'll find thousands of carved apsaras, celestial dancers frozen mid-motion, eyes soft, fingers poised. You'll pass through shadows and shafts of light, through the past and into something timeless. Though centuries have passed, Angkor Wat still breathes. It's not just a ruin. It's a living presence. A reminder of what humans can dream when faith and art become one. Far from the noise of the mainland, where time slows and the sea sings gently, lies Koh Kong, an island kissed by light and cradled by turquoise waves. Here, beaches stretch for miles in untouched beauty. White sands melt into the sea like sugar. The water is so clear, it reflects the clouds above. Palm trees lean lazily over the shore, as if resting with you in the afternoon breeze. Dip your hand into the dark waters, and watch them sparkle with bioluminescent plankton, like stars dancing beneath the surface. It's not a dream. It's nature, glowing quietly just for you. There are no grand temples here. No monuments carved in stone. Just sky, sea, silence, and the feeling that maybe this is enough. Koh Kong isn't about seeing more. It's about feeling more. And sometimes the most sacred thing is peace. Tucked between mountains and rivers, wrapped in morning mist and monks' robes, lies Luang Prabang, the gentle soul of Laos. This ancient royal capital is not loud. It doesn't try to impress. Instead, it invites you to slow down, to breathe. Wake early and you'll see a procession of saffron-robed monks walking quietly through sleepy streets, collecting alms in silence. Golden temples gleam between colonial buildings and frangipani trees. The Mekong flows by, unhurried, like the rhythm of life here. Climb Mount Fauzi at sunset. The sky glows pink, the bells chime softly. And for a moment, the whole world feels hushed, sacred. Luang Prabang isn't a city. It's a mood. A moment of stillness in a world that forgets how to pause. Just outside Luang Prabang, tucked deep within a lush forest, Kuang Sea Falls tumbles like liquid silk through layers of limestone. The sound arrives first, soft, rushing, rhythmic. Then you see it, turquoise water cascading over terraced pools, glowing like melted jade. Sunlight dances on the surface. Mist hangs gently in the air. Wander the jungle paths and you'll find hidden corners, still, quiet, dreamlike. Some pools invite you to dip your feet. Others simply ask you to watch and listen. It's not just a waterfall. It's a memory made of light and water, cool, quiet, and endlessly soothing. In the heart of Bandar Seri Begawan, where calm waters mirror the sky, stands a vision in white and gold. The Sultan Omar Ali Saifuddin Mosque, a symbol of Brunei's soul. With its golden dome rising above a serene lagoon, the mosque glows softly at sunrise and shimmers beneath twilight. Marble minarets pierce the sky. A ceremonial stone boat floats nearby, a quiet nod to the nation's royal legacy. Inside, silence reigns. Light filters through stained glass. The floor glistens with Italian marble. It's more than a place of worship. It's a sanctuary of stillness, where faith meets beauty in perfect balance. On the shores of the Timor Sea, between mountains and breaking waves, lies Dili, a quiet capital where the spirit of a young nation stirs. Fishermen cast nets at dawn. Children laugh along the beach. And high above, the Cristo Rey statue watches over the bay, arms open to wind and sky. The city hums softly with new beginnings. Old Portuguese buildings whisper of the past, while colorful markets pulse with life. Dili doesn't rush. It breathes. And in its unpolished charm, you feel something rare. In the heart of Southeast Asia, the world doesn't just unfold, it breathes. Through limestone bays and ancient temples, golden domes and misty mountains, we've journeyed across a land shaped not just by geography, but by spirit, warm, resilient, and endlessly rich. These weren't just places on a map. They were living stories, moments of stillness, echoes of belief, and glimpses of wonder that stay with us long after the screen fades. If this journey moved you even just a little, then maybe it did what all great journeys should, make you feel more alive. Thank you for traveling with us. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow dreamers and explorers. Let's keep discovering the world one breath at a time. We'll see you in the next adventure. Till then, stay curious, stay kind, and stay inspired.